seen my sister so happy.
Oh.
If you hurt her, I'll kill you and make it look like an accident. Hey, Ian, Jesus, look at your face. It's just a joke. It's just a joke.
Good one.
No, the good one is I got a gun. Yeah, I got a gun, and I swear I'll jam it right up your ear, and I got you again. I got you. I will work my ass off to get us out of this hole. You know that. We have unconventional healing methods here, Sharon, but I'm not at liberty to discuss that.
You kidding?
No, I ain't kidding. It's Aaron Porter, Frank. I don't know who you are or what it is you want, but I do suggest you get off my property. Damn it, Carl!
Well, today on Cinema Confidential, it is with great pleasure that I say hello to a very talented and versatile actor that you know from a lot of productions, and we're going to talk about some of them. And he lives in Bulgaria currently. We're going to find out why. Luis Mandylor, hi, it is a pleasure to have you. Zdrasti.
Zdrasti. Nice to be here. Thanks for having me.
How are you? Why are you in Bulgaria, Luis?
We've only got a couple of minutes, right? It's quite the long story.
Oh, that's okay.
Well, I'm a filmmaker. I'm an actor. I'm a lover of film. It's what I do. I bleed out my eyes for over 35 years working hard in the film business, and somehow, some way, it brought me to Bulgaria, Sofia, Bulgaria, maybe around 4.5 years ago. We made a film here, and I've been here ever since. I like the city. I'm Greek. Place in Athens. We're neighbors. That's the short story, but I'm enjoying the city very much and making movies in this part of the globe, actually.
You are Greek. You were raised in Australia, though.
Correct, yes.
And you have another name.
That is correct.
Luis Mandylor.
No,
What
it's
is
not.
your name?
It's not even close, is it? Ilias Theodosopoulos is the birth-given name.
Okay.
And
being somebody who's called Stanislava Ivancheva, I understand why you changed that to be more.
You would have had a good time growing up in Melbourne, Australia in the 70s, early 70s. It was rough, but yeah, you get the name thing. Yeah.
But both you and your brother changed it to the same surname.
My brother first. When I got to Los Angeles a few years after Costas, I booked a job, and they asked me on the spot, what do you want your name to be? And they said it's going to be there forever. And I had a minute to make a decision. It's something I actually never thought of. Thinking back, I would have kept Elias.
I like Elias.
It's my name, but everyone called me Louis. That was the equivalent for some reason. So my brother changed his name to my mother's maiden name, Mandylaris, which turned into Mandylor. And on the spur of the moment, I said, you know, he's my brother. I like the name, so I'm Mandylor as well.
Yeah.
So that's how it happened.
Do your parents still call you Elias?
Ilya.
Ilya.
My mother calls me Ilya. My father calls me Ilya.
Yeah.
In other words, I'm always doing something wrong, so he says it.
When it's the entire name, it's a
That's
problem.
right. Yep.
You were actually into sports before acting. You went to LA, correct me if I'm wrong, to become a boxing champion.
That was the dream back then, yes.
What happened there?
I got beat up.
Oh, no.
It was a fantastic journey, and I always say in life, if you're active and you're in motion and you're trying to achieve something, whether you get that or not, it doesn't matter. You're active and you have motion, and sometimes other doors open and you make decisions. So the boxing brought me to Los Angeles, but that led me to become an actor and get involved in the business. So one thing led to another. Yeah.
What was your first audition, do you remember?
I actually do. It was the one that changed my life. I was boxing 6 months in my brother's acting class. I really didn't do anything except watch. And one night I got a call to get a contract fight on a Sunday, 6 rounds with a guy called The Fixer. On Saturday evening, a friend of mine who was in acting class took me to a party. The lady who had the party name was Mindy Marin. She was doing Necessary Roughness. She heard my voice and said, "Are you an actor?" I said, "Yes," I lied. On Monday, she said, "Come in and read for the part." Sunday, I fought The Fixer. He gave it to me, The Fixer, boom, 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 boom. I couldn't move, I couldn't talk. I went in Monday and gave one of my best auditions because I kept everything real simple because I couldn't move. So they thought I was a professional. It's a true story. And when I left the room, they said, "You got the job." I said,
cool.
and I said to the lady, Mindy Marin, I said, I lied. I said, "I'm a boxer." I said, "I got beat up. I don't know what I was doing." And she said, "It's okay. Just have him do the same thing to you every morning before work and you'll give the same performance." True story.
Have you considered writing these stories for a film or a book?
I actually am in the process of doing an autobiographical kind of book.
Cool.
It's going to be a good one, yeah. Many interesting stories. It's just how it's been.
And did it help you in any way that your brother was already there? Did you guys help each other, or did you have rivalry between the two of you?
No, one thing good about my brother and I is we've maintained a great friendship, and for sure it helped him being there. And nowadays as well, we call each other for work. You know, we pass jobs on to each other when we can. So it's been great. And I do a lot of directing, so he's always gracious enough to come and star in some of my films and make them look better because he's good.
Hey, man. Hey, Jen. Just getting a soda.
Who the hell are you?
I'm Joey. How are you doing?
No! How you doing? What? How you doing? Damn it, Carl. Go wait in the hall. Look, I gotta apologize on behalf of Carl. Who the hell is Carl?
I'm a huge Friends addict. I watch them and I repeat the lines.
Oh, okay, you're one of them.
They're
Okay.
kind of crazy, yeah.
That explains it, yeah.
So, Carl is a character that I've watched over and over and over again. You know, the only problem is Carl's acting. That's not the only problem, obviously. But how is it being on that set?
Great. It was a dream come true. That's why I flinched, because I think that's part of what got me the job. It was Friday afternoon. We all got a phone call. There was like 4 or 5 of us. We had to go to the office. They said, we're casting now. We went in, we auditioned. They said, wait in the room. And it happens sometimes. And they come out and they just say, you stay, you guys go. It's ruthless. But I was the stay, so I won. They took me from that audition to the set and we started rehearsing. It was the great experience. They were all so nice, and I knew Matt and Jennifer for many years before that. So to be on the show was a blessing. It was a blessing. And I actually made it into the apartment, which we all thought was special. I wasn't on the street. I opened that fridge.
That's true.
Yeah,
Pizza, we like pizza.
and I flinched. Every time he told me off, I went like this, and they said, that got you the gig. I said, all right.
Please, can you tell how you doing is Carl?
Sorry?
Can you say the line, how you doing?
Say it incorrectly?
Incorrect.
Because the line is, how you doing? And Carl says, how are you doing? Oh, damn it.
Exactly. Damn it, Carl.
Damn it. And I flinched. Shit. How are you doing? How you doing?
Yeah.
Not how are you doing, like Carl. But Kevin Bright afterwards said, we never thought we could find a character dumber than Joey. Well done. He said that to me. He says, well done, man. You're so dumb. It was so hysterical. But you have to be smart to play dumb. Don't get me wrong.
That's true. That's true. I agree totally.
How do you say thank you in Greek?
Ωραία βυζιά.
Oreia vizia.
That's it, you got it.
Oreia vizia.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the other incredibly big production that I believe the entire, I can speak for my own country, and I know that a lot of people all over the world associated with a lot of those characters. My Big Fat Greek Wedding,
Yeah.
which became such a huge hit everywhere. And I remember watching it in London when I was studying and living in London and missing home a lot. So when I watched that movie, I was like, oh my God, that's my family. That's the family next door.
Yeah.
We all like that.
It's true. I've got to tell you, what a wonderful blessing to be part of that family and the journey. We are hoping for a 3.
Yay!
I think
Fingers
everyone would love one, and I think right
Everyone
about
would, yeah.
now the people could really use some laughs, you know, because everything's so messed up. But what was interesting about that film, at the same time back then I was popular on a show called Martial Law. It was a cop TV show, a very famous Asian star called Sammo Hung. And make the story short, I was in a restaurant and I was eating, and there was this Asian community, because it was a Chinese restaurant, and 2 tables, 3 tables all looking at me and going like this. So I thought, oh, Martial Law, you know, the Asian action show. So I went up afterwards and they didn't approach me, by the way, they were just doing this. So I approached them and I said, thank you, you know, I love Sammo, I love Martial Law. And they went, what? No, My Big Fat Greek Wedding, we love it. I thought, wow. So that happened a lot. And yes, the answer, I guess the moral of the story is it was about family. Didn't matter what race, what color, where you were from. We all have a family and they seem to be crazy.
Yeah.
All of us have the crazy situations and family members, but yeah, good film and everyone responded.
And you guys seem to be getting along a lot because you know, always on set, obviously on the screen it looks like everybody's getting along on the set, but it really looked like you guys were family. Either you're
It's
incredible
true.
actors or it was true.
Both. We do get along really, really well.
Yeah.
The second one was great. I share this story that we actually had a house because they rented the whole street, you know, and it was all one big set, and they would come get us from the house. But then Nia's real family came in for a week, so you had the real family and the acting family all in one house.
Oh, that's fun.
That was a party.
I'm sure.
That was good fun.
My father, up to this day, he sometimes he loves your character and he quotes. He's trying to quote
The mischievous Nico.
Whatever you were teaching, Nico was teaching. What was the word for breast?
Da.
I've had the pleasure of spending a few months in LA and to see how everything works there, and you know how a lot of people are always struggling to get parts, to get to the top, to get that job that's going to open doors for you. How did Friends and My Big Fat Greek Wedding did that for you? How did they do for you?
First of all, good question. It's a crazy business, and we all know that it's 99% rejection.
Yeah.
I think 1 or 1.5% of all actors make a living. I mean, these are odds where if you were sane, you would say, I'm going to do something else. But when you love something, you know, what can you do? As far as getting breaks and whatnot, the Friends, it was okay. I'm not sure what it did. Just getting the job was incredible. The one episode was all right, but 7 would have been better.
For sure.
And the plan was to do 7, by the way, but they changed their storyline because they got Bruce Willis. It's a true story. So I got bumped for Bruce. Can you imagine? But if you're going to get bumped by anyone, why not Bruce? Fat Wedding obviously helped a lot. It was a very popular, you know, huge success. They both helped. Look, every job helps, I guess, is the answer to the question. Mm-hmm. Momentum, but then again, you know, you have people coming off Academy Awards and a 10-year run on a big show and that you don't see them again. It's a crazy business. In a way, there's no rhyme or reason, but every job helps.
The business is obviously changing because of the current situation in the world. A lot of things, at least for the foreseeable future, are moving to this part of the world, to Europe, let's say, and then even more to Eastern Europe. In your experience, how is that affecting your career? Where are you working predominantly now, and on what kind of projects?
Me personally, I think it affects it. Like, for example, we have 2 or 3 through my company and just getting calls ready to go, and Los Angeles is closed. So it's affecting everyone. It's horrible. More things are coming to Europe. I have been living and working in Europe, so, you know, I'm loving that. But the whole, I mean, in a nutshell, I guess I could say so much, but off the top of my head, this horrible COVID situation is destroying everyone all around the world, I think in every field, in every business. It's horrible.
All these years I've kept my secrets. But the time has come to face my past.
What are some of the films that you shot here?
I shot Rambo 5, Last Blood here. I was in the beginning sequence and I was blessed to do a scene with the legend himself, Mr. Stallone. So that was fun. Doom 2, we shot Doom 2 here. I shot part of my own personal production called Smokers in Bulgaria. Bulgaria is hot location for shooting, yes.
The death is coming.
Tell me about those tattoos. I'd love to find out
My
stories about tattoos.
my father still thinks they're going to wash off. It's great.
Oh, man.
He's so great. I think he just looks at me. No, he just looks at me and looks at me like, yeah, okay. But every time I get on a Skype with him, he's like, what are they? Do they wash off? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, okay.
Any day now.
He's like, okay, good. This one's going to be about 3 months. Anyway, so yeah, I think tattoos are personal. You know, I try not to bore anyone with my stories, but they're all pretty symbolic to me, and I like them. I'm planning on getting a lot more to. My father doesn't want to see this, but
To finish the collection.
yeah, I'm planning on getting a few more. But to me, it's always a moment in time when when I feel it. I don't think about it. When it happens, it happens. May not happen again, but
See, you know what? I recently wrote a script where I have a character that would be perfect for those tattoos.
oh, is that right?
You in general. His nickname is the Greek.
The Greek could have a gig here. This is good.
But we'll talk about
Πάλι
that
καλά.
off camera later.
Και μιλάω ελληνικά, so Greek's my language.
Yeah, there we go. See?
Good.
What do you like doing here? I mean, obviously not just here, but for the time being, you are here. So
Yes.
apart from work, what do you enjoy doing here?
I love the city. I love the clubs are closed now, but the clubs are pretty cool. Not that I do that a
folk
lot.
music?
I do. I like a mixture of everything, but you guys play a lot of Greek mixed with Bulgarian. It's just great. The restaurants, food here, the tomatoes, the food here is great. I've got my favorite spots, and I love going out to eat. It's become my favorite thing now at my age. It's. I'm a foodie. But I made some friends here, and working out's a big thing that I'm starting again now. So there's a couple of gyms. It's a guy that I know is going to do a little bit more jiu-jitsu with me.
Is it difficult to maintain steady relationships? I don't mean just with partners, but with friends as well when you're moving around so much.
Yeah, it's pretty difficult.
What's your secret about that?
Good friends don't bother you. When you see them and nothing changes. It's all the falsies that say, why didn't you call me? They're, dužna de. So, Zeleno dužna de takaliak. I've got my words, you know what I'm saying. But good friends will talk to you when they talk to you. They understand you're living on the other side of the world.
That applies to partners as well?
Difficult relationships have been very difficult in the past because of that. Never in one place, and I'm blessed that I'm working and I'm traveling. But right now, all is good.
If you weren't an actor, what would you be?
Wow. My two passions are sports, so for sure I'd be running my own gym or my own restaurant.
Cool.
I love to cook. I love everything about food. I'm a foodie for real.
I'll come to both. I love working out and
Yeah?
eating as well.
Well, in the future that could be a little, could be on the plans, but that's a lot of work too. But I'm a foodie. I like to cook.
Thank you very much. Благодаря много.
Благодаря.
Ευχαριστώ πολύ.
Ευχαριστούμε πολύ, ναι.
We end this now.
The predator. If we were small enough, they would eat us. We'd be dead.
Why? Why would you say that? Why are they?
We had a conversation about cats earlier because I'm fascinated with nature and wildlife, and I tell all my friends, those cute little cats, if we were their size, we'd be breakfast. They're just predators, and they are good. So God bless it, we're bigger than cats.
Thank God for that.
Yeah, you ain't kidding.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. Good fun.